Well, Black Friday and Cyber Monday may be behind us, but the holiday shopping season just beginning. For more on the holiday shopping trends and habits, get over to Yahoo Finance's Brad Smith. Do we call you a resident sneakerhead? Standing by with a special guest, New Balance CEO Joe Preston.
Yes, I will take the title for now, Akiko. I appreciate that. And thanks for teeing up the conversation. Yes, joining us here on set, we've got the CEO of New Balance, Joe Preston. Joe, thanks so much for joining us in studio here.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. This is a big time of the year for you guys because there is so much that we're tracking on the inventory trends, on just what the hot topics and hot items are that are moving off of shelves. For New Balance, what are you seeing right now currently in this holiday kind of sell-through period as compared to years past?
Yeah. Well, we've had a really strong year. We had a record Q3, and that's given us great momentum as we head into the holiday season. So Black Friday and over the weekend, we had really strong volume on our website, newbalance.com, as well as through our own stores and our partner stores. So we feel really confident that we're going to continue to have that momentum. The search for our brand has been up significantly all year, which is a pretty good indicator of interest, and it's happening here and around the world.
Now, let's talk about some of the categories and what's doing really well for you right now, because a lot of people, like myself, I grew up and I had to have a pair of the classic New Balance grays just on stock in the closet at any time because they go with any fit. But now you've got basketball, you've got tennis, you've got skateboarding, you still have the running category. Where are you seeing the outperformance and where customers are gravitating towards?
We're attracting a younger consumer, and those younger consumers are coming in to our brand, and they're really coming across our categories. But running is at our core. Our classic products that we introduced many years ago. The 990 was the first $100 running shoe, was introduced in 1982. It just celebrated its 40th anniversary with the introduction of the V6. But our entry back into basketball with the signing of Kawhi Leonard the past 3 or 4 years ago has given us great energy in that category, and that's transcending across multiple categories as well.
Big claw energy with Kawhi for sure there. When we think about those categories and additionally pricing strategy right now too, we've seen and heard so much in retail about pricing being passed through to consumers. What's the strategy been over at New Balance, especially when you look across the landscape when it comes to the sneaker category right now?
Well, we've tried to be selective. So we have tried to pass along some of the costs that we've been absorbing, whether through labor or through logistics and other elements of that. And so as we come into the holiday season, there's also inventory in the marketplace. That we have inventory and our retailers have inventory, and we're trying to be selective about where we're promoting. So some of our product is on sale if we have more heavy inventory, and there's other product that is holding price.
Does that mean you're pulling back some inventory from some of the historical retailers that you would have worked to, especially in a more direct-to-consumer environment right now?
No, the answer to that is no. But being direct-to-consumer through our stores and online is allowing us to get closer to the consumer. Yep. That is absolutely imperative on our behalf. We think it's a big reason for our brand momentum, and we think it makes us a better partner for our wholesale partners.
We were talking a little bit before our discussion here about the resale market and how crazy things have gotten. I mean, you go in any of the stores or on the online capacity, and you could see a New Balance shoe reselling for double, maybe triple what it's going for in retail. As you kind of survey the resale environment right now, what comes to your mind, and how does that really shift the strategy over at New Balance too?
Well, there's probably two parts to it. One of them is when we have a drop, we want to make sure that product is getting to actual consumers and making sure that individual with bots and those type of things are not breaking through, if you will. But when you see product being resold secondary market, it is an indicator of your brand health. It is an indicator of the amount of supply and demand that you have for a particular model, and we do watch it.
Some other companies in this landscape, Nike particularly, they've gone as far as to kind of set in some curbs for resellers when they recognize bots or when they recognize that they're having high restocking. Is that something that New Balance has had to consider as well?
We've definitely brought in technology to allow us to combat the bots.
Interesting. And then just lastly here, while we've got you, look, I know you are wearing some of the overseas produced. Walk us through the model that you've got on right now. What's really selling this holiday season too? Yeah. What are you seeing going on?
So I'm wearing a model that's made in the UK. We're the only athletic manufacturer that has facilities in the UK. We're also the only athletic manufacturer that has facilities here in the U.S. We have 3 factories in Maine. We have 2 in Massachusetts. And the Made in USA component of which is a small portion of our overall volume, is really important to us because it is about craftsmanship. Allows us to also get closer to the consumer.
They're just super comfortable, man. I mean, my goodness, every time I put them on, Joe, honestly, it's a really comfortable shoe. You guys have been doing really great work and excelling into some of those new categories as well in the sneaker game. We appreciate you taking the time here on set.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's Joe Preston, the New Balance CEO. And Kiko, I'll toss things back on over to you.
We didn't get a chance to see Joe's sneakers. You have to send us a photo later.
Yes, we'll do.
All right, Brad Smith with that interview. Thanks so much for that.